You got the least favorite cross. Move that buttock flesh away. And then right away, notice I'm not on my weaker hip buttock like I am on my stronger hip. So I'm going to go back in there and take that buttock flesh back a little bit more and see if I can stand down on that weaker leg buttock bone. That affected a change. That was a good change. So when you first of all, notice your imbalances, then you have to figure out what you can do about them. Okay, I'm not saying this is the official start to the class just yet for 45 more seconds. You can also use your hands on your blankets, or if you have super long arms, like I'm going to take away one blanket and put them on my hands behind me on the second and third blanket to help lift that anterior spine up. Move the shoulder blades in, lift your chest. All right, now I'm going to do the spotlight video on me and the mute. If you have questions, please ask them. And unmute yourself. Here we go. Do all my adjustments again. Just look straight ahead. Feel that evenness across both of your sitting bones. Even length, both sides of the trunk. Both shoulders, broaden the collarbones, and then bring your hands to your heart. Look straight ahead and then close your eyes completely. You always have an option of doing the ohms with me or skipping them and just doing them silently in your own head. It's not a bad time to listen to the evenness of your voice. Inhaling and exhaling more deeply a few times. One more deep inhalation, exhalation. Fill the body up to the brim. All right, and then this last one will be an inhale, and the exhalation will be the home. Join me or remain in your quietness. Oh. Relift, rebroaden, and bow your heads down. And release your hands on your legs. Lift the head up. Open the eyes. Okay, so this being a back bend focused class, I was reading, I think it was in one of the Astadala Yoga Malas that I have. I have 3 of them. I think there's 4 of them. But it was a great quote, so I put it on my phone. An asana must be righteous and virtuous. By righteous, I mean that it must be true. You must not cheat or pretend. You must fill every inch of the body with your asana. You must feel your intelligence, your awareness, your consciousness in every inch of your body. I'm going to repeat that one. You must feel your intelligence, your awareness, and your consciousness in every inch of your body. By virtuous, I mean that it must be done with the right intention, not for the ego or to impress the self, but to move closer to God. In this way, the asana is a sacred offering. We are surrendering our egos, right? So nobody has any egos in this class, right? So we're going to build slowly. And the first option, I try to give options because I'm not sure what props you have, but the first option is to take a assisted Paryankasana. Okay, so greatly assisted Paryankasana. I'll get rid of these blankets. You could use blankets, right? You could just, so I've got these as they came off my Shastikasana fold, and I'm just going to fold them like that. So I could do 3 like this. I'll show both ways. I'll just show with the blankets to start. Okay, so it's Virasana. With the use of the wall. So remember, here I am in Virasana. And the legs of Virasana stay for the Paryankasana legs. The legs of Supta Virasana are a totally different story. So, but it's the legs of Virasana that are Paryankasana. So if this is difficult, by all means, you have choices. You have more choices. Now, if you're going up from this high, then this is going to have to be higher. So hopefully you've understood that. But let me just show the first way. Okay, so I keep my thighs down. I arch back, and you can see that I'm keeping my thighs down. I arch back, and this is going to go underneath the chronic band. I could even go like this. And you see it's right underneath my shoulder blades, the bottom of my shoulder blades. Then I'm here at the wall. I'm a little close, but watch. I just push into that wall. And I keep that chronic band lifted. Does everybody understand what I mean by the chronic band? It's, for us women, it's just the bottom of the bra strap, all the way across. So that has to stay lifted or arch completely. So if you have a bolster, all the better. You put that bolster back there. Come down onto your elbows. See how I've done that? And I lift the chest away from that bolster. Then I lay it down on there, and then I can use the wall to press the hands into the wall and keep that back of the chest lifted. Just let your head go to the floor. All right, so hopefully you've chosen your choice, your pose, and you're already in it or getting there. Yeah, press your hands into the wall. Marcia, if it gets easy, you can walk your hands down the wall so your fingertips are even to your armpits. Keep pushing your thighs forward. Keep your buttocks down. And you're looking at your phone. Okay. That's okay. You're good. So Mike, you can build up the support. And you know what, Mike, if you can't go all the way over, just stay up on your elbows. That's possible too. And you've got blankets, so you can, there you go. Put your elbows on the bolster. Or yeah, and just stay there. That's fine. Kathy, you're a little dark today. Kathy Lindauer. You okay?
Miss Sheryl.
Yes.
My knees are coming up. If I going back, my knees are coming up with me.
So how do the knees come up or how do they stay down? They stay down from the root of the thigh. So if this comes up, yes, the knees come up. So what I would do, Chaya, is put support underneath your knees. You just have to have the knees level to the feet. So could you do that?
Okay.
Because I'm assuming this is happening. This is coming up. So if this is propped up, then you go over. And Mike, you're just working here, head back, lift. You don't even, the support, it might be more for your elbows. And head back. So supported Paryanapasana. Okay. So now you have some idea of the shape that you have to make in the back rest. All right, slowly start to come up. I have to keep this class moving or I go so long and then I get in trouble. And or I start to lose people. Okay, so now, if that was challenging for some of you, let me show the lowest common denominator first. You have a chair, everybody has a chair, it doesn't have to be a yoga chair, it can be any, if it's a dining chair that is not, doesn't have a back, you have to turn it to go over this way. Otherwise, watch here. I think Chaya's gonna like this.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna fold one of these blankets and put it on top of the block and the chair. I call this sort of a Ustrasana Paryanapasana pose. So you have 1 or 2 blocks, or does anybody have a tall brick? Your option could be a tall brick. So here I am with my feet about, I don't know, 5 inches from the back of the legs of the chair. Okay. I'm going to put the bolster, the block underneath my buttocks. Okay, so then I'm going to keep the thighs down. Now's your chance, Chaya, to really keep the thighs down. Okay, then you go over and the edge of the chair is going to roughly be at the bottom of your shoulder blades. Can you see that? Okay, then I go over through the chair. And now I'm starting to open my shoulders a little bit more. I reach through the chair. So it's a little bit more aggressive than the last one. Keep pushing your thighs forward towards your kneecaps and keep reaching your arms overhead. And let me say this, if it's difficult, if you have tight shoulders, go ahead and make your, intertwine just your thumbs and reach those arms overhead and pull those thumbs away from each other. You'll feel a great big opening across the chest and the shoulder, the armpits. So it's a little bit Ustrasana, a little bit Paryanapasana. How are we doing? Was this harder or easier? Reach the arms through the chair. Try to keep the buttocks down. Yeah, you can hold anywhere on the chair that helps you, Mike. Good idea. Anywhere that helps you. How's that, Chaya? That looks good. I can't see Kathy Lindauer. Let's see. Where did Okay, there's Kathy Beckman. That's nice, Kathy Beckman. Yeah. Yeah, anywhere that helps you is long. Make sure your head is on a block. Don't let your head go back further. Did you get that idea that the head is on a block? Yeah. I showed that, but maybe I didn't. Yeah, there you go. So any way you can keep moving those shoulder blades in and up towards the chest. Yeah, nice. Everybody did really well with that one. Oh man, okay. All right, and then inhale and come up. And just move your chair. We're going to use the chair in just a bit, but we're going to have to do something a little bit more aggressive to open up the shoulders. So we're going to do the prying prize of Gomukhasana. So let me go back to this version now. Active speaker. There we go. So let's see. My right hand has the strap. I'll just have to go back close. Hold on. Yep. The stand is not foolproof. There we go. So if I go back all, yeah, now you can see me. I'm going to turn this way. So if you have the strap in your right hand, take the right arm up like Urdhva Hastasana. I'll take the left hand and roll that upper arm from inside to outside. Take the arm back. Then the left hand grabs the strap. It's in a big loop. And the left arm stays straight as the right arm bends. Do you see that? So each time I'm opening up the left side, it'll be the left side of your chest. If you can see that. Ten times. Switch. You'll notice right away which one is your stiffer arm. Okay, and then leave the strap on your shoulder in case you need it. But now the right arm goes up. Go from behind. I'll show you from behind. Left arm from behind. Reach up. And if it's impossible, you have your strap here. And you walk up the strap any amount, down the strap with the top arm, up strap with the bottom arm, and draw that left shoulder back. So it's this bottom shoulder, I'll call it, back. Now we're working on just opening up the shoulders. Can't do back bends with stiff shoulders. So either you're holding the strap, draw that bottom shoulder back, work the wrist up your back in between your shoulder blades, and push your wrist into your middle of your back and draw that left elbow back. Thighs in Tadasana, don't let your thighs come forward. Thighs back, buttock forward. Legs strong. All 10 toes extending forward on the floor. Okay, switch arms. If you need to start with the strap, you're not sure, right? You start with the strap. And maybe you figure out, oh, I don't need it. You can drop it. I can grab as many fingers as I can. Draw that right shoulder back. Lift from the bottom left armpit up to that top left elbow. Stand in Tadasana, firm on your feet. Feel the balance, the evenness of the pose. Remember today, especially what I read about, doing the pose truthfully, earnestly, honestly to yourself. Are you doing the very best you can do? That's all we ask. All right, now let's see how, did you do both sides? Okay. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. I'm standing in Tadasana. I take the hands in Badanguliasana, intertwined, webbing to webbing, and turn them upside down and put the hands on top of the head. See how my elbows are back? There. Elbows back, now forward, elbows back. Then I keep the elbows back and now stretch the arms up. So arms back, thighs back, buttocks forward or tailbone forward, and reach those arms back. Watch the front ribs that they don't poke forward. Okay, don't let your chin drop. Look straight ahead. Okay, now Bobby, did you finish the pose? Yeah, okay. And now switch hands. So change the interlacing so it'll feel like the weird way. Or I should have done that one first. Draw the elbows back. From strong legs, Tadasana. Then reach those arms up. Arms back, arms back. So you're prying open your chest and your shoulders. Urdhva Badanguliasana. Okay, are you working on your legs? Keep taking your thighs back, Mike, thighs back. Ribs, now ribs back. Yeah. All right, release. Take your little ball off. All right. You have a wall of some sort, hopefully. Actually, let's do one some Adho Mukha Svanasana. Forgot this. So from all fours. Oh, let me put me back on active speaker. Switch on active speaker. Okay. From all fours, really come forward, and I don't want to tell you to lift your palm from the floor. Do you see how I'm lifting my palm? I'd like for your palm to stay down, but do it for 10 seconds and put all the weight onto your fingers. Can you feel how much weight is into your knuckles of your fingers? Okay, then can you keep that and put your palm flat? Then tuck the toes under. Keep the weight more into your fingers and less in the heel of the hand. This is especially for people like Marsha and me. Keep the weight off the wrist and into the fingers. And now push yourselves back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. So keep that weight. The minute it starts coming into the wrist, look forward and you can pick up the palm of your hand, the wrist, and put the weight more into your fingers. Then set the wrist and the palm back down. Press the tops of the thighs back. If you don't think you're doing that, lift your heels up and lift the hips way up. Press the tops of the thighs. Wake up your legs. Kneecaps lifted. All those things you know to do in Adho Mukha Svanasana. Move the shoulder blades in and up towards the waist. All right, and then rest. So I urge you, it's more likely to be women having some wrist issues, especially as we age. This came from an Eddie and Mary class out of there in San Diego that I took recently, and an online class. And she really emphasized bringing that weight to the fingers. So she had us do, something like this where I really lifted up off my hands, and I see that all of my knuckles are white. So I'm really using, putting that weight. Then can I keep that, put the hand palm down. It's really, it's made my downward dog so much stronger. Okay, moving on, because I always run out of time, remember? Put your right toes up the wall, any wall will do. Right toes up the wall, step your left leg back. So you keep, as much as possible, can you square your hips and turn the left thigh and hip forward and hands into the wall. So here I am, I want to see, can you get your shoulders over your hips? Okay, now it's gonna be a little bit easier. Now you start to bend to the right angle. Now you have to push to keep your shoulders over your hips. Come to that right angle for, really it's Vimanasana without the hands down the back. So I am pushing like crazy, my hands into the wall to keep my shoulders over my hips, and the back leg is doing the share of the work. This does have to come to a right angle, but I have to push the trunk over the hips. Oh, do you guys feel that? How are we doing? Okay, Julia, I can only see your, like your waist, but it looks like your waist is gone forward. Yes. Take the waist back. Oh, does it hurt you, Kathy Lindauer, to have the toes up the wall? Yeah, it doesn't work. That's okay. You could have some padding there. Okay, now it's true. I see some of you that the hips are really off. In Vimanasana, in Virabhadasana 1, the hips will not be exactly squared. It is impossible. But you are to try to square the hips as much as possible. It's true that left hip will not come exactly as far forward as it could, but your shoulders have to stay over your hips. So Chaya, you're really listing, and you have to bend to a right angle. You're listing towards the bent knee side. Let that back leg, especially the top of the back thigh, do the work. Don't let it bend either. Don't let the back leg bend. Keep pressing the back leg. Yeah, and Sopo, the shoulders are, you have to go back. Shoulders back over the hips. Yeah, but you're not bent enough. That's why you're coming away from the wall. Yeah, but now yeah. So here's what I see, guys. And I'm famous for this.
My back leg comes up if I bend a little more.
Yeah, so I see this. And what I'm asking for is this. Can you see the difference? I'm trying to exaggerate the movement difference, but first you have to square the hips as much as possible. Then you have to bend to your square. Then you push into the wall. You have to come down into your square, and you have to keep your shoulders over your hips. That back leg has to fire big time, and you have to pull hamstring to buttock. Hamstring to buttock. Okay, let's switch sides because I know I see some people getting
Sheryl?
tired. Yes?
Sheryl, my back heel is coming up. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Or should I
We're
just
going to do it a different way. Just try to keep it down, but we're going to try it one other way, and I'm going to see if you like that better. So let's just finish this side. Left foot forward. so let's say you're like this. You know, okay, Cheryl, she really wants me to bend that front thigh to a right angle. So I'm ending up like this. So you have to push yourself away from the wall. And that back leg cannot give. The back of that back leg has to stay pushing back, and it has to pull up into the buttock flesh. Then from the bottom of the pubic bone, that has to lift up. This is my more difficult side. Relax your throat, relax your face, your neck. You know where you will get a big stretch on this is the tops of the ankles, the metatarsals. All right. So now, let's see what happens when we use the chair. So I've got the chair on my right side, and I'm going to have the right leg forward and left leg back. I have to kind of figure out where that chair needs to be so that my left heel can be at the wall. So I just take that, you know what, I'm a little taller. I'm going to make this fatter so it gives me a little bit more height. If you're a taller person, you need to bring up the height of the chair. So I'm a little off, so I'm scooting back. Okay, so now can you see the shape of the pose? What I'm getting after? So my back heel has something to push into. So I scrub the forefoot forward and I press the heel into the wall. And now I've got the chair to help me stand my trunk up over my hips. Ooh, back leg, back leg. But now you have the chair bar here on the right side and then the chair seat on the left side to help you pull up your trunk. All right, so the person who is complaining about, or the people whose back leg comes up, push it into the wall. And use the chair bar to help you stand up your trunk. Shoulders over hips. Yeah? Don't let your head come forward, Mike. Head back too. There you go. Don't let that back leg bend. Yeah, you can keep your left hand on the chair seat, right by the inner thigh. Yeah, now Sopo, you're way forward. Go back. Yes. Yeah, take your trunk back over, shoulders back over the hips. Now do you feel that you're getting somewhere? She's gonna talk to me. No, she's not gonna talk to me. Chaya, don't let the back leg become lazy. Keep the front of the thigh pressing to the back of the thigh and the back of the thigh pulling up to the buttock. Make the buttock crease in the left thigh. Deepen it. Okay, all this is gonna make your final pose much easier. Okay, and then come up, put your mat on the other side of the, your chair on the other side, and put your left leg through. So, I am turning the right hip towards the left, pressing that left thigh back. I'm using the chair bar and the chair seat to lift myself up. Woo. So I only have one hip person here today. So Marcia, is it okay? Is it good work for you? Yeah. On my osteoporotic hip, it is so much work. On my stronger leg hip, it just feels good. Yeah, and some of you who are shorter, you know, may not need to pad the chair at all. You may be better off with just the seat of the chair. Straighten the back leg, Julia. You have the ability to see yourself as to where your shoulders are. Are your shoulders in front of your hips or over your hips? All right, that was a good adjustment now, child. What do you know, the shoulders are great. Now you have to stretch that back leg more. Yes, stretch it. I don't care if it comes up. Eventually it'll come down, but don't let the pelvis tilt forward. All right, guys. All right, and now just get rid of your chair and we'll do the pose for real. Stand in the center of your mat. Tadasana. Okay, we're gonna do the pose. Stay with me, we'll do it together. We're gonna do it from Vimanasana. Okay? Vimanasana is sometimes called airplane pose. So jump or step. Turn to your right. Take your hands on your hips. So remember I said the hips will not be completely square, but you keep turning from the right side of your sacrum. Turn towards the left. And then keep the shoulders over the hips. Okay, now bend the right leg to a right angle. Okay, now just attempt to put the left hand outside the right leg without pitching yourself forward. Keep the trunk back. Left hand on the outside of the right leg. Okay, now arms up. Virabhadrasana 1. Have you come down into your square? Come on, child, bend. You're not into your square. Keep the trunk back. Shoulders back. Yeah. Arms back any amount more, Mike. It's a good pose. Any more bend in that front thigh, Kathy Beckman? Straighten your back leg, Bob. Yeah. Okay, and then inhale and come up. Just wait there with the feet turned to face forward. Okay, now turn to your left. So turn your left foot 90 degrees, right foot about 60 or 70 degrees. Turn the right hip to be squared to the wall in front of you. Press the back leg back, hands on your hips. Now come down into your square. Keep that back leg back. So the tendency is to come forward. So imagine you have that wall there and you can keep that trunk back over the hips. Now reach your right hand across to the left. Turn your trunk. Keep it back. Press the back leg back. And now arms up. Virabhadrasana 1. Those of you who can are welcome to look up beyond your hands. Trunk back, Soko. Julia, trunk back, bend more. Yeah, Soko, you might be a little too wide. Might be too wide with the back leg. Nice. Keep lifting up from the bottom of the pubic plate. Reach up the anterior spine. All right. Yeah, eventually the bend will come. Okay, and now release from that. Find your wall again. We're gonna do Virabhadrasana 3 with the wall first. So I'm in my Tadasana. I reach the arms up like Urdhva. I place the hands on the wall and my hands are just a little bit above my armpit. Can you see that? Here's the heel of the hand, here's my armpit. All right, so I reach the anterior spine, front of the trunk, forward towards the wall in front of me. I keep both legs strong. I stand firmly down onto the left leg and lift the right leg. Don't go uneven. Keep looking forward. Use the wall. And now you have to squeeze the front of the thigh and the back of the thigh together, right? And you have to draw the back of the thigh, that's on the lifted leg, up to the buttock. All right, and now release that leg. Press firmly down into the right foot. Inhale on an exhalation, take the left leg up. Look forward, reach the anterior spine, the front of the spine forward. Keep the tailbone reaching towards the wall behind you. And make that front of the thigh, back of the thigh strong. Pull the hamstring to the buttock. Hamstring to the buttock. Straighten the back leg a little bit. It doesn't have to go up very high, Mike. It just has to be straight. Yes. Okay, and now release. All right, if you want to repeat that, you may repeat that. Otherwise, you're going to try it without the wall. Last standing pose. From Tadasana. Urdhva Hastasana. Jump or stop. Turn. So my arms are already up. I press, it's like I'm really scrubbing the front foot forward so I can keep the weight over the hips. So I'm not starting the pose like this. I'm back. Back leg strong. Okay, then I bend the knee and I'm reaching that trunk all the way over that front thigh. Then I step up, I keep the standing leg slightly bent, and then I straighten both legs and pull that outer right hip in. Come down, you don't have to stay long in that pose. Okay, did you do it with me? Sopo, how'd you do? Okay, that looked pretty good, Mike. You know, it's a hard pose. Okay, second side. Turn to your left. Push into that left foot and take your trunk back. Lift the front of the spine. So you don't start, my idea here is, you know, when you're pushing into that front foot, you don't let the pelvis go back, right? The pelvis has to come forward with the shoulder, you know, with the rest of the trunk. Okay, then I bend, I reach, okay? And then before I straighten the standing leg, so I'm gonna lift it and then pull that outer hip in of the left leg and reach that back leg back. Put it back down and come up. Woo! All right. Are you warmed up enough? Who regularly practices handstand? Some regular handstanders. So, you know, just, I'd like for you to not to struggle, but if you can go up 1 or 2 times. So I'll yeah. I may have to, hold on. This might be a better view. And then I'll have to move it back again. 1, 2, you're not gonna be able to see the whole thing though. There we go. So the first one, well, the easiest one for beginners is to have the hands out 90 degrees. So I'm about 10 inches away from the wall.
I walk up, lift the groins, and then go up. Tailbone in, push the tailbone in, look at your feet, and feel that thoracic spine move in. Lift the groins. Come down.
Second time, I'll let you choose either fingers forward or repeat fingers to the side. Fingers forward's a little bit harder. Put that, you can do that downward dog thing that we did, where you put that hand, weight into your fingers, then put the heel of the hand down, keep that weight in your fingers. Walk up. Doesn't always happen on the first try. All right, I'm gonna come down to see what I can see.
I haven't done a handstand in 20 years, so can you give me, I'm not willing to do it by myself here.
Right.
So give me an alternative, something else
Yes.
to do? Thank you.
Yep. In fact, I was showing that for many, many months, and I was doing it for Chaya. So if you're gonna do handstand prep, I like to just make a interlace of the palms. Keep pushing the forearms. You see that movement? I'm pushing the forearms forward, and I just walk up. So I push the forearms forward to lift that spine, the anterior spine, the front of the spine up. Maybe you hold for 10 seconds and then you come down. Yeah, that's good, Chaya. Kind of scrub, or what's the word? Plow your forearm forward. This skin on the underside of the forearm, you have to kind of plow it forward. Plow it forward, and that helps you lift your spine up. Okay. All right, now you can come down, and those of you who do Shirshasana, Mike, you always were a good headstander. Are you still, you think you can do it today? Why don't you show me what you just did in the prep? Can you show me the prep? At the wall, sideways to the wall, that's fine. All right, Sopo's in her headstand. Roll the thighs in, Sopo. Go up with the innermost thighs, up towards your inner ankles. Oh, so Mike, the only thing I see is you have to move your shoulder blades deeper into your back. Yeah, and now just lift your hips. Nice, Kathy. Lindar, nice. Okay, and so Julia is for headstand, the prep would be, at the wall. I'll show you from the side. Let's see. So fingers webbing to webbing. The knuckles graze the wall. I kind of push those forearms forward. Place the head so that the back of the crown of the head is on the floor. And then I'm just walking up here. Keep standing up those upper arms. Maybe, you try one leg, try the other leg, and then come down. And that's your headstand for the day. You don't have to even lift the legs. Oh, you're doing it without the wall. That's pretty good. Yeah, all I can see, which is probably a good thing, I can just see from your shoulders to your buttocks, but it looks good. The alignment looks good. Take, Kathy Lindauer, the root of your thighs slightly back and don't move your calves. Keep your calves where they are, your feet where they are, but the root of the thigh back. Okay. All right, rest in, if you're down from Shirshasana, you're down from whatever you did. You know, the other option, Julia and Mike, is to always do Prasarada Padottanasana. Anytime a teacher, and it's also for people, women on their cycles, is this pose, where you're coming forward, always do the concave one, and then head down. That is always an option. It's even an option for a day where you're not feeling as strong. All right, this is going back to the other position. All right. All right. Everybody has some sort of chair. Have a sticky mat on your chair. We're going to try chair Dvipada Viparita Dandasana. All right, if you just have the dining chair, it's turned sideways, so you can go through it. You may not be able to hold on to the legs as well, but I think you'll get the idea. So the first one, there's three versions, and we'll try to do all three in a matter of 5 minutes total. So let's say, 1 minute and 3/4 for each one. So the first one is neck curvature. So buttocks completely off the chair. And there I am in neck curvature. So I'm using my legs, pressing my feet, pulling these thighs up and in, back of the thighs, up towards the buttock crease, and curving just my neck vertebra over the chair. You can see how I'm using the chair bar here to help me curve a little bit more. Use your legs. You have to. You don't want this. It's not really doing much of anything here. So I curve to start the action in the cervical and then the thoracic. So maybe here another 30 seconds. I'll just stay here with you. Is everybody doing okay? I will assume so. Use your legs. Press your feet. Pull up. Squeeze the glutes. Squeeze the thighs towards the glutes and lift the tailbone, sacrum up and in. Okay, that was probably another 30 seconds. So now you're going to the middle of your shoulder blades. Not too much further. Middle, not to the bottom, just the middle of the shoulder blades. And can you get the arms outside the chair seat? So my upper arm is coming outside the chair seat and holding the top of the chair bar. So my sacrum is still up and in. I can work a little bit harder and lift that toe completely off the chair, or I can not work quite as hard, keep the sacrum on the chair and curve those shoulder blades over the chair seat. This feels really good, where I have just a little bit of help underneath my sacrum, but I'm pushing and pulling. sort of again, like I'm prying the chest open. Okay, anybody who has neck problems, please support your head. You could have that for your head. Okay, so the third one, we were at the middle of the shoulder blades. Now we go to the bottom of the shoulder blades. Okay, 2 options for your hands. First one is a little bit more work, is reaching the arms through the bottom of the chair. And now I pull, right? So I'm prying and prizing open that top middle chest. My legs are still working here. Front, back of the thighs, front of the thighs, pulling the sacrum and tailbone up and in. Okay, and if the head and neck is not an issue, it can either dangle, oops, it's dangling here, or I keep curving so much, oh, that I get it on the floor. This feels really nice, actually. So Avi kept telling us, sometimes we have to use our own body as props. So here, I'm using my arms to help me arch in the spine more and get that chest open. Keep the tailbone and sacrum lifted. There is the other way of holding the back of the chair leg. It's not quite as evasive. This is a little bit more work. I feel the shoulder blades continuing to move deeper into the back when I do this one. This one, they just kind of hang out. But your choice. I'm going to come up to see if I can see anybody. Stay just at least another 30 seconds. Mike, I'm curious about Mike. Didn't lose him, did I? Oh, look at you. Good. Nice. Did anybody get their arms through? Sopo, did you? No, you don't.
I did. I just get nauseous if I'm in the back bend for too long.
Okay, I was trying to keep it under 5 minutes and it's just now 10 more seconds, just 5 minutes.
Try a different kind of back bend if that's okay with you, by the wall.
Yeah, I used to get that and my teacher just kept on telling me, just do it every day for 30 days and you won't get that anymore. And she was right.
Some days I'm fine. Most of the days it just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, when you come up, remember the head is the last thing that comes up. Use your elbows on the chair seat, head back, lift your chest, Chaya, head back still, head back, lift your chest. Yeah, then put your hand on the chair seat, push your hand, yeah, and then lift up. All right, good, so that was just a nice little warm up for our back bend. Do you feel like your spine was ready for that? You guys all looked great. Does everybody feel okay? Yes, okay, good. We're gonna move on. So, grab your chair, the chair. Ustrasana. This is not the, it's one of the ways to do Ustrasana. It's probably not the easiest, but it's one of the easiest ways to help yourself do Ustrasana. So I've got the chair somewhat behind me. Let's see, my toe tips are just beyond the back legs of the chair as the chair seat is away from me. So now I'm going to purposely tilt that chair and get the chair bar that's padded with my sticky mat right at the bottom of my shoulder blades. Then I'm gonna reach the arms down the chair leg and take Ustrasana. Oh, it's lovely. Okay, so here's one thing that has to continue to happen is the work that you did in your standing poses, especially, well, in Vera 1 and Vera 3, how I asked you to use that the back of the thighs to pull that back of the thigh up to the back of the buttock. So if you don't know if you're doing that, see if we can do this. You sit down in sort of a Vajrasana. You've got your chair back there. You keep pressing your shins down and you come up using the backs of your thighs. So watch, I'm not using my arms at all. So I come up slowly, using the backs of my thighs. Okay, then I grab that chair, tilt it, pull it into the bottom of the shoulder blades, and go back. Ooh. Keep pressing your shins down, pulling your thighs up, and the buttock crease firmly in or forward. How did that go? So those of you who don't have a chair, or maybe your chair back is too tall, you could, let me show you another, this is another way that's, if you don't have a chair that is comfortable tilting, I'm just gonna do this like this. In fact, everybody do this, but now you have another way to do it. So you sit down in Vajrasana. Now my pelvis is going to go to this chair bar. So here I am, pushing the shins down. Come up. I'm pushing so much that you see my chair is tilting, so that I know that my thighs are working. So then I'm going to hold the chair down and just go back. How did that go? Come on. Yeah. Are your legs working? Yeah. I can see some thigh muscles working. So, Mike, don't take your trunk so far back. Here's what I see on you. It's not bad, but I see the whole trunk going back like this. Stay a little bit more upright. Use the chair seat and just let your head and neck go back instead of this. Yeah, there you go. All right, 2 blocks. Sit in Vajrasana. Let's see, maybe you should watch me first on this one. This is from Eddie and Mary. So I'm going to turn these the highway, or the second highway. Some of you might have them this way. Actually, I'll have them this way. So I know my shins have to press down. I know the backs of my thighs have to pull up. So this is basically all in one type of Ustrasana where you're doing the whole pose all at once. So it looks something like this. And you never let go of your blocks. You know how hard it is to reach the feet for some of us. Yeah, and some of you might have to have the blocks tall. That's fine. But wherever you have the hands, don't lose contact. And you have to keep pressing down. I'll do it with the tall block this time. I'll probably have an easier time with it. So here, I pull those thighs up. Oh, it's lovely. You can turn the block sideways. So that the arms turn out a little bit. Yeah. How'd that go? Buttocks forward, sacrum and tailbone forward, child. Nice, nice. Okay, so if you want to try it again and you like the blocks and you feel like you need the blocks, you do it with the blocks. If not, get rid of the blocks. Coming up with just the upright position with your hands on your hips. So you come up, okay, and then you turn the palms out, place the hands on the sacrum with the fingers pointed down, go up with the anterior spine. You can feel your glutes. They should be working here, okay? Then I reach the hands down. I lost you there for a minute. How we doing? It's beautiful. Has it improved any, child? Yeah, I think your pose is much better than it was months ago. Looks better. Okay. One last time. So the work in Ustrasana is gonna come, it has to start from the base. You have to push those shins down, pull those thighs up to the buttock flesh. So I come up, lift up, lift up. So instead of going back, Mike, keep the trunk over the hips mostly, right? And then broaden across the collarbones. Reach, maybe you don't reach for your feet. Maybe you stay here. Pull those thighs up to the buttock. Press your shins down. Broaden the collarbones with the help of your hands. All right, instead of doing a forward bend right away after the back bending, take a little blanket roll. I'm going to roll mine up about halfway. Create some space for that lower back. Go forward out of Mukha Virasana. Let your back spread. Feel it spreading with each breath. Okay, inhale and come up. Now we're going to do Parshva Uttanasana. So I'll face you. Hip distance apart. Forward concave Uttanasana. And then you'll place your left hand on the front of the ankle with the fingers reaching towards the back of the Achilles. And then it's not twisting, right? It's just Parshva to the side. So you're just keeping the hips squared. Don't change your hips.
Move your trunk to the right. You're pulling that left elbow more towards the left foot, and the right hand can press the floor to help you extend. That's both, really. I feel when I press with the right hand, it makes me extend both side bodies more.
Parshva Uttanasana. Okay, come back to the concave. Get nice, good length. And then cross the right hand in front of the left ankle, reach the fingers behind to the Achilles. Inhale on your exhalation, pull yourself to the left. Let your head go. Keep your hips in the center. Extend the side body. Okay, go back to the concave. And then if it feels good to you, right, if it feels right to you, you can complete the pose. So here I am. This is my concave. And I feel like, you know, my back is fine. So then I can complete the pose. I can hold the ankles and trunk down, let the abdomen go down. Hold anywhere where it's comfortable, even the hands can stay on the floor. Keep the thighs pulling up. Inner groins still have to lift up. All right, and then, you know, come up to the concave and then stand up. Make your stack for wall Sarvangasana or your bolsters. I like to use the bolsters because it's quick. There we go. So I sit, I think we did this last time. Sit very, very close to the wall where my left hip is hugging the wall. Remove your glasses. So I can use the wall to help me tuck and roll. Tuck and roll. Then I have to take my ponytail out halfway. Tuck and roll, tuck and roll. So this is one way. The other way, if you're feeling good, you can stretch the legs and just have the heels on the wall. If you're feeling really, really good, you can have your hands support your back and come off the wall. So your choice. If you're feeling tired, this one is quite nice.
The legs still have to work. They have to reach up. Try to keep that hamstring to buttock connection firm. The sacrum has to continually to lift up and into the body more. So you get tired, bend the knees, push into the wall, and that'll stand up your pelvis right over your shoulders. See if you can be there just one more minute. I've got a clock on it.
Ekapatas, great idea, Bob, but you gotta roll that up leg thigh in more. Yeah, so it faces forward. Good. Thighs back any amount. Kathy, you probably get tired at this point, but yeah. Okay, now slowly roll down. Roll back off your support. And if you are at the wall like me, you end up something like this, where your shoulders are on the floor and you can let the buttocks roll to the floor and you can do Baddha Konasana legs. And then roll over to your right side. We'll do one more little thing. Take your favorite cross of swastikasana. Turn to your right. So obviously the buttock bones have stayed the same, right? So you're not turning from there, but you are turning from that left side of the sacrum. And bring your left elbow outside your right knee. The right hand can come a few inches away from the, so this is the Parivrtta version of Adho Mukha Swastikasana. So I'm pushing onto the right hand, pushing onto the left, with the left elbow, the right knee, and turning the spine more. If you have any angst or any ill pain from the back bends, this will greatly help. So it's just a little Parivrtta twist. Come back to the center. Okay, turn to your left. First, you're just putting the right hand outside the left knee. And then you're sliding the left elbow towards the knee. Get these out of my way. Left hand on the floor to help you twist. It's not really so much down, right, as it is staying a little bit more upright to help you turn from the right side of the sacrum. All right, and then come forward, or come up, and now just go forward, but do it with your other cross. Other cross. And now just go forward. You can use whatever support you need, right? This is nice. I'll show you from the side. I've just got the head on the support. So thighs back. Go forward. The head, forehead is on the support. Let go, keep letting go. Don't hold any muscular contraction anywhere. Okay, then change the cross, and you have to do it both ways. Pull the thigh back, pull the buttock flesh back, and then go forward. And inhale, have your creature comforts for Shavasana. Okay, so even Shavasana has to be approached with truth, honesty, authentic. Shavasana means that you are so comfortable that you can go to the quietest part of yourself. So if you look at Light on Pranayama, it's a great description, step by step of how to get into Shavasana, but he urges us to have our knees bent first. We come down to our elbows, then we scoot our buttocks forward, and then we extend the legs. And look at yourself. I've got this mat that has lines in the middle of it, so I can see that I'm exactly in the center of my mat, and both my legs are evenly extended. I haven't on purpose taken the legs apart just yet. And I keep the ankle bones, the knees, the shin bones, ankle bones, big toes touching as I am able. Kathy Lindauer, you don't have to touch the big toes if they don't touch naturally. Okay, then I come down onto my elbows, and I'm just going to take that blanket a little bit forward so it's just underneath my neck, not underneath my shoulders. Then I'm going to tuck the shoulders one by one, just scoop the shoulder blades down the back. And then that caused this lower back to kind of hunch up a little bit. So I'm going to rebend my knees and scoot the buttocks forward. Then stretch the legs again. Okay, then when I let go of the legs and I look up at my feet, there should be equidistance between the midline, it's called the mid-sagittal plane of the body, and the left foot, and the midline, and the right foot. In an ideal world, that's what you want. And then you can take your glasses off. Let go, let go, let go. Think about that authentic Shavasana that you want. Our practice has today, fan the flame kept the embers from going out completely so that we can find that quiet place. Relax all the muscles in your face. If you're not sure about that, you can lift your eyebrows and then let go. Feel the eyeballs drop back towards the sockets. Let loose the lower jaw from the upper jaw. Swallow a few times to keep the throat wet. And then give up any urge to speak, to think, and just be totally present in your Shavasana. And then ask yourself, what would be cheating in Shavasana? Hard to cheat in Shavasana, but I imagine it's done. So not relaxing completely. So be honest with yourself. Have you truly let go of any muscular work, effort? Let the bones feel heavy into the floor. After each inhalation, feel the body spread wider into the floor. Take a couple breaths to bring yourself back to the surroundings around you. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and then bend the elbows one at a time. Knees one at a time. And then slowly roll yourself over to the right side, either using the blanket you have or the crook of your arm to support your neck, or both. Then draw your knees up a little bit closer to yourself. Use your left hand. Look at the floor. Then use your right hand. Keep looking at the floor. No need to open the eyes. Sit in a comfortable upright pose. Bring your hands to your heart. Honor your practice with a couple of moments of silence and gratitude for both the practice, the community that surrounds you, for all the teachers that have come before us to bring us this practice. Namaste.